Welcome back to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold. I'm joined by Arif Halaby, Total Financial Solutions. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'll just say Arif is so involved in so many different causes in our city, and I from the bottom of my heart appreciate it. I'm Boy Scouts, veterans issues. I can keep going on and on and on. So,
Thanks.
Thank you for everything you do.
I appreciate it.
You're with Total Financial Solutions. Why do you love doing what you do?
You know, a big part of it for me was when I started saving and investing when I was young. I got to the place where I'd accumulated, for me, a lot of money, $150,000 or so at the age of about 25. And I'd gotten taken in a bunch of scams in about 6 months, 3 different scams to be exact. And I lost most of my money. And that was a pretty passionate time. So here I thought I was a smart guy. Here I thought I was moving forward. And these people were kind of my friends. And that ended up taking most of my wealth, if you will, as much as you can say. And then I thought, well, if I can be taken, how much more could others be taken as well? Right. So I started exploring, and in the financial services world almost 17 and a half years ago, right. Started working as a profession. And
you've had great success with it. And today I want to talk about some, building habits, 3 habits to help create long-term wealth.
You know, a lot of it, Fred, is built on what our personal perception is of money, whether money is a comfort tool or whether money is a way to make up for something else that we've lost in our life. So often, if money is not put in its proper perspective, which is it isn't good, it isn't bad, it just is. Mm-hmm. It's no better or worse than a pen, than a hammer, or any other tool that we would have in life. And so ultimately, when you learn to put money in its right place, you can begin to save into retirement and then through retirement and beyond.
And that's what's important, is understanding it's not good and it's not bad, but when it becomes good and or bad, it becomes evil.
It does.
And it just doesn't drive us properly. So you're looking to try to drive it properly.
Yeah, because when we're ready to retire, we go through that process of our life. There's this magical 10-year period of time, and this magical 10-year period of time, if you will, is 5 years prior to our retirement and 5 years after. Mm-hmm. So we encourage you to eliminate bad debt, to reduce, if you will, expenses that are not things that are conducive to living on more of a fixed income. Mm-hmm. And nobody says that retirement has to be this dreary, sit on the porch and wait to die kind of a thing. You know, retirement today is different. People are going out there traveling. They're exploring new career fields, but not having to do it for the money. You know, if you always loved working with plants or nurseries in a green nursery area, maybe it didn't pay what you needed to before, but now you can do that.
Yeah, because you didn't need the wage necessary
That's
for
right.
you to do it. Yeah, so save each month. And you mentioned save before you make major purchases.
Yeah, for example, if I'm going to purchase a new car or anything that has a monthly payment, I want to do a try before I buy. And that means begin to take those dollars, set them aside in a savings account as if it's removing from my income. And for example, if I use the example of a new car, think of it this way. It's not just the car payment or the lease payment. It's the additional, if any, insurance. Mm-hmm. It may be extra gas. And so you set those dollars, let's say $500 a month. And you're setting aside and you're seeing how the rest of your monthly budget can exist without that $500 present. And if you don't have to reduce your lifestyle, if you don't have to go into debt, if you can continue the savings for college or other things that you're doing, fantastic.
Yeah, keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I like that. And recent car I purchased, the payment was going to be more, but the gasoline price was going to be like $100 less because it was much more efficient.
Yep.
So you got to look at so many different aspects when it comes to a car purchase. You know, there's a couple things I'll throw out there real quick. Car purchases and going out to dinner. Those are 2 things that always bite into the budget of a family.
You know, when people sit down and they run through a retirement budget and they take a look at what they're spending on things like eating out, or it used to be that we'd spend $5 for lunch. If you don't think inflation is here, folks, let me tell you, I don't care what the government says on whose political party, it doesn't matter.
Right.
When you take a look at the cost of gasoline, you take a look at the milk, right, we're still going to use those things when we retire. It isn't as if we just magically end up, not needing it. So begin to save and put together and set aside money every single day. That allows us to live. When you cross that bridge into retirement, it's pretty much just stepping off of one platform and going into another. It's not this dramatic stop or pause.
Right. Well, we mentioned 2 things. 1, saving each month. 2, eliminating big debt.
Yeah.
But I know that the third one is reducing risk. What's reducing risk?
You know, it is. There's so many different levels of risk in our life financially. The first one, believe it or not, is not just putting our money in a risky place, but it's understanding that if you diversify your retirement life, financially speaking, and it's all in the market, and the market goes backwards, that can be an enormous draw financially. So if you had $500,000 in a retirement and it goes down to 300, that affects your lifestyle for decades to come, potentially. But if it goes from 500 to 700, you're not going to immediately go fly out in private jets. So the risk is now more on the downside than it is on the gain on the upside.
Right.
So that's number one. In addition to reducing risk financially, but reduce risk in your home. Take a look, and if you lived in a 2-story home, and it's great because you raised children and it was wonderful, but now might be time as we're getting older with hips and knees and aches and pains, maybe we should have that risk being reduced from falling and getting injured to a 1-story home.
Right.
So,
and we're going to see a lot more 1-story homes built out in Santa Clarita because of the
Higher
aging
value,
population.
yeah.
We're already done. Those that want to reach out to you, how can they get you?
well, you can get a hold of us at 753-9683.
So that's 661 area code.
661 area code, 753-9683. And we always have different events going on. We have a women's conference coming up in December. We have workshops coming up at various restaurant locations, and their retirement in nature. The women's is Women, Money, and Power, and that's coming up in December. So there's a variety of things that we always have. So go to our website, www.tfswealth.com.
TFSwealth.com.
Stands for Total Financial Solutions Wealth.com.
Well, thanks again for coming in.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for all you do in
No,
our
brother,
city.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
you.
all you do to all those out there. I know you're a tremendous asset to
Well,
our city.
it's my privilege and honor to live in this community. So.
Absolutely. Hope you enjoyed Arif Halaby. Arif Halaby with Total Financial Solutions. We're going to jump to a quick break and we'll be right back.